because while we've heard a lot about the city and other organizational partners, it's really the people that have made a difference here. And we mentioned the names of the board earlier of the Project 390, but really who has made this happen is Greg Siegel. He is the person that you can't stop. He keeps on going. He finds a way. He's optimistic no matter what obstacle he runs into. And I really can't tell you enough about how much he has made this happen through personal will. So anyway, I want to introduce this amazing person, Greg Siegel, the chair of Project 390.
Good morning, everybody, and this is just a wow day for me. I had speeches planned, but they all said what I wanted to say, so on the heck with it. So I'm going to wing it, and Luci warned me from winging it. As some of you might know, when I get started, I don't stop. So my wife, Kelly, is there taking my picture so she can put it on Facebook. She's going to give me the old cut it off sign if I wing it too much and stuff. I don't know where to begin. Amazing we got this far. 3 years of working, putting together a team, working with the team, doing some fundraising, working with the city, and we have it home. I'm amazed. I really am. When I was in Baltimore on Sunday to get it ready to put on the truck to come back, and then we followed it all the way down to 95, going 50 miles an hour, sometimes 20 miles an hour, down 64, and when we reached 64, I started doing group texts to my team saying, we're at Fort Eustis, we're at Jefferson, and so forth, and it's just amazing, it's just amazing. But I wouldn't be here without a trolley car. And it's kind of neat because the story that I share with you happened to my family and happened to many families that you guys might not be here right now. My father-in-law, Ben Smith, and his bride-to-be, Barbara Sims of Newport News, met on a trolley car. They got married. They settled in Hampton. They had 2 daughters. Kelly is one of them. So it puts in perspective when you think of that. Who else? Parents met on a trolley car. I talked to an older lady out of Cochran who had the same story for me. And her story was that she worked in downtown Newport News, but she was catching a ride from a friend in Hampton who would drive them to Cochran, where they lived. So when she got off the streetcar, another gentleman was getting off the streetcar, and they met. And slowly a relationship developed, and they got married. And so forth. So it's just not a bunch of bolts and metal and glass and fabric and such. It's a life. It's people's lives. People's lives started on it. Going to Buckrow, meeting your wife-to-be in the Buckrow area. Going to the ferries here at Fort Monroe. And many of you might not know, but if you go by the Chamberlain, you have that parking lot that kind of dead ends on the side of the Chamberlain. That was a rail that went out to the government wharf that you picked up ferries to go to Baltimore. So it's amazing, just amazing. We're not done yet. Oh God, we're not done yet. I think Mike said, I think Glenn said, 3, 4, 5 years down the line, we might have it restored. The restoration, basically, to get it where we need to go, is a part-time deal. Without money, we can't go further. Every time we get money, we'll get some things restored on it. So we're making a plan based on structurally sound, based on, what do you want to call it, nice to have type things, so that we can get it restored. But the faster we can raise some money, the faster we can get it restored, and so forth. So I don't have much more to say. I just want to thank everybody for coming out. This is great. And you know, if you all guys reach in your wallet and rip out $1,000 bill, you know, we can take care of this thing really fast. But thank you all for coming out. There's some cool cookies over there with our logo on it. So please don't eat them. Take them home, put them in your freezer, and then when we have our grand reception in downtown Hampton, we can bring out the cookies again and say, I was there in 2017. I got my cookie. But thanks for all coming out, and enjoy the rest of your day.